Introducing first from Siesta Key, Florida, weighing 214 pounds, the 99 overall, Miles Hawkins.
An 11th hour edition to Battleground Championship Wrestling. Miles Hawkins, 99 overall, and I'm assuming that would be a video game score. Not out of touch at all. We'll see what Miles brings to the table. Here, in terms of his Battleground debut, certainly comes across very confident, very full of himself. Speaking of which,
competitor number 2 comes to us from South Plainfield, New Jersey, weighing 215 pounds, the Jersey legend, the sure thing, Ray Jazz.
what a terrible pun. The sure thing, sure, Jersey Shore, ha 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 ha. But very talented wrestler, can't deny that. Part of the Shane Douglas's new triple threat back in December. Amateur standout record holder. And that gentleman's been raising some chaos all night. Have to keep an eye on him. Ray Jazz, no couth though. A lot of great people in Philly, nice people, passionate people, but once upon a time, once in a while, you run into that obnoxious person that just can't get out of their own head, lives and breathes and believes his own hype. That's Ray Jazz.
And competitor number 3, accompanied by Danny Moe. He roams the streets at night, creeping while you're sleeping. Weighing 191 pounds, the Neon Ninja,
Facade leaves his Facadograph for a ringsider souvenir that they will cherish forever. Facade was the only athlete that did not get verbally eviscerated by Raven back in our Proving Ground future matchup and our tribute to the Extreme. Facade has long since lived and breathed that South Philadelphia style, influenced by the likes of Sabu and Rob Van Dam. If you've never seen Facade before, it's very evident in his style. We'll see how he fares in this matchup against wrestling's photogenic phenom, the 99 overall scorer, Miles Hawkins, and Ray Jazz, whom Facade has encountered before. Ray Jazz showing no respect for Danny Moe, the other half of Team Neon Blondes with Facade. Well, Facade now is alluding to the fact that when he met Ray Jazz a few months ago, Ray Jazz used a pool of the ring attire to get a cheap victory, and nobody appreciates Ray Jazz's attitude. Ray Jazz, as we mentioned, a standout collegiate wrestler, represented America all over. I shouldn't say represented America all over the world, because let's be honest, he represented Ray Jazz. The rest, what country he came from, was a formality and just coincidental more than anything. Hawkins traps his shoulders. Goes to show you, even though Battleground showcases so many of the veterans, the legends inside Cradle, Tim Embler talked about seeing the Rock and Roll Express face the powers of pain here on our next live broadcast July 1st. We hope that you can be here live to meet these athletes and feel it in person, but if you can't, invite you to join us here on Fight TV again. But trip up on Ray Jazz by Hawkins. And a drop kick, nice height. Really nice form on that by Hawkins. But so too with the legends, we spotlight the young up-and-coming talent. Rising stars still carving their niche, and that's Facade. Oh, Jazz, I think, baited Facade in and came back with that headbutt in the midsection. Roll through, great use of building momentum, using leverage. Swings Facade over, comes down with the back suplex. And that's part of what comes. Oh, what a huge clothesline by Hawkins. I was gonna say that's what comes from a very amateur base. A very ground-based center of gravity and center of your arsenal, where you know how to shift your weight like that to maneuver your opponents. Hawkins gonna maneuver himself, tope con hero. And Ray Jazz comes down with a somersault senton. Say what you want about Jazz's attitude, and many of us do. This man's a natural athlete. It's scary how good Ray Jazz is. And maybe even scarier how good Ray Jazz thinks Ray Jazz is, which isn't necessarily the same metric. But Jazz is looking to go 2-0 on Facade. And there's that gentleman that Jazz was making gestures to before this matchup. He's been a vocal part of this audience all night. Was giving our owner, Tim Embler, some grief when he was making those announcements. But Facade giving Jazz some grief. And Facade is one of those men, again, like a Bully Ray or like some of the heroes that we had mentioned that Facade looks up to, that really thrives and feeds off of this incredible crowd. Oh, Jazz took Facade down. Thought I might have seen a little bit of blood on the back of Facade. Yeah, there you see it. I'm not sure if that's a pre-existing injury or if he was opened up with a fresh wound, and I hope there's no open wounds there either, because Hawkins with a very sensitive landing. And Facade springs off, and I'm not sure how much he got of that kick, but that's incredible balance to come through, and it looks like he got enough. Hawkins in a bad way. And now the meat of this issue was originally Facade and Jazz one-on-one and a return bout. Hawkins added last minute. Clearly he's impressed the right people. Tim Embler saw something in Hawkins and decided, I need you on this event, not July, but now look out! Facade was gonna spring off the guardrail, and Jazz pushes Facade into these throngs of people. And Hawkins seizes his opening. We'll see if he can live up to that 99 score. Ouch. Danny Moe over to check on Facade, who landed on concrete and maybe human beings. No other options except for a steel chair or two, and now Hawkins for the second time lands in a most precarious way, and Ray Jazz looking to capitalize. And Jazz vaults Hawkins off the top rope, and there's an unlikely assist, okay. 2 count only. I've heard of the mayor doing favors for a photo op, but that's getting ridiculous. Jazz now hammering away. Suplex and a nip up back in the ring. Jazz loves to show off. And yeah, he's been hanging around Little Guido a little bit with that hand signal. Jazz, lack of a better term, a stinger splash. Oh, went for it one too many times. Hawkins out of the way, but does he have enough wherewithal to capitalize? Forearm shot connects. Second time. Facade out on his feet on the outside. It may come down to Hawkins and Jazz. A beautiful, graceful, twisting forearm shot midair. And a low bridge by Jazz. Getting desperate in my estimation. Oh, and Hawkins tried to drop out of that and counter, but he actually made it worse because he got caught more awkwardly on that top brick cable. Facade and opening. Blood down his torso, but revenge on his mind. Ouch. Switching directions, roll up, no. And Facade caught Hawkins using the momentum to deliver an offensive move to the other man. And Facade springs in, Hyper Crush! Hyper Crush scores! Can Facade get the cover? And Jazz rolls to the outside instinctively. Smart move. Danny Moe throws the chair. Like if Fonzie was a neon blonde. And here comes Facade. Gonna go, triple jump, into the somersault plancha. Perhaps no one else throws caution to the wind in quite the way Facade does in this day and age. That extreme mentality, no matter what letters are on the marquee, Facade lives up to it. And now, there you go, a more direct tribute to the death-defying Sabu. Triple jump, moonsault connects. Great Jazz is down. This could be all, and Hawkins knew it. Hawkins made the save to protect himself in this one-fall match. And Hawkins kick combo of his own and neckbreaker. Whenever Hawkins leaves his feet, he's got great hang time. He can glide through the air seemingly. And check out, oh, Jazz with a double leg. Just came in and shoots Hawkins and takes him around the entire ring. German release suplex. Again, Jazz's amateur credentials. Most overall wins, most wins in a season at NYU. Nice roll through there. Controls the body weight of Facade. And Spicoli driver. Got great momentum behind it. Jazz on top. It hooks the leg, and Jazz nearly goes up on Facade again. That would be huge. Jazz a series of elbows. And down goes Hawkins. Again, Jazz puts all of his weight into that impact. It's just drop you. He follows through and lands on top of you. More impact, maximum impact. And Ray Jazz, one thing he's not comfortable with, I believe, is weaponry. Jazz says, I'll show you extreme if you want to see extreme. Is this wise? Facade is hurt. Oh, Jazz is taking all day. Ray Jazz paid for it, right in a kisser. Oh boy. Facade with some devastating visions in mind for the chair himself. Jazz headbutting his way free. And, oh man. Facade takes a hard spill. He was looking to score big on Ray Jazz. And Jazz now looking at Oh, what great height on the frog splash. Ray Jazz scores big and Hawkins the save. Hawkins again saves his own interests in this match. Jazz nimble counter. Hawkins does the same. And Coombs down, drives him face first. Hawkins is gonna do this. No. Hawkins a half a count away from putting away Ray Jazz. Oh, Hawkins collided with Jazz, and then jockeying for position. Jazz hit the guardrail. I think Jazz is a non-factor. Facade the bridge, and he beats him.
Here is your winner, the Neon Ninja Facade.
Facade neutralizes Jazz, pins Hawkins, and is now got a streak of 2, rebounding from his loss to Jazz. Wait a minute, what is this? Jazz is back in the ring, and I don't think Facade knows what to make of this. Handshake? Ray Jazz is trying to make peace? Hey, wait a minute! Or just this guy from the crowd is just running in and a... Good grief! Well, that gentleman has been on everybody's case all night, and that's not the way to handle whatever message you want to send, and this guy will be taken out of here quickly. Completely uncalled for. We want you fans to be involved and cheer and boo and be opinionated, but do not ever jump the rail. Do not jump into the ring and risk the safety of these athletes, or certainly yourself as well. I don't know who the hell that was, and I hope we don't see him again, because that's not something that I condone or subscribe to. It looked like we were going to see a great moment with Facade and Ray Jazz, but unfortunately that got marred in those proceedings. But we'll see if that relationship, back to what matters to reset this, the relationship between Facade and Ray Jazz after the handshake, we'll see if that sustains. We'll see if that is able to persist with two, on the surface, very polar opposite individuals.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, Battleground Championship